Welcome, everybody. Today I want to look at Psalm 90, and I specifically want to look at verse 12. And that says, "So teach us to count our days, that we may gain a wise heart." I wonder what it is about counting our days that gives us a wise heart. I remember when I was a kid, we had these Advent calendars, and there would be a little chocolate in each calendar. And I remember being so excited about each day of Advent and opening the calendar for like the 16th, and inside would be this little chocolate that had the consistency, I think, of kind of wax. It wasn't a very good chocolate at all. But it was exciting. And I looked forward to it. And each day was more anticipation of the last. It was really fun. I have fond memories of that. Now my grandchildren wake up to an elf, and each day the elf is in a different place, and they get real excited and send us pictures about that, which is a lot of fun. But Psalm 90, verse 12, tells us to count our days, and that we may gain a wise heart. So in the verses preceding this, it talks about the brevity of our lives, that we don't live very long, and there's a beginning and ending, and it isn't all that many years. And I think is teaching us that we're finite beings, and that we will not live forever, even though we'd like to think maybe that we will. And it also talks about our days being spent often in toil and work, and that they're hard. And certainly in the last year, we've had a lot of hard days. There's no question about that. And the author in 90:12 chapter Psalm 90 is encouraging us to kind of look to God. With the Lord's presence, this limited time on earth can indeed be glad even in the midst of toil and trouble. So perhaps this gives us perspective for our lives as well. But our hope and purpose are found in seeking the Lord's steadfast love. That's what gives meaning to our lives, to the lives that we live right now. So the psalm is saying, count our days. We don't have all that many days. Kind of pursue God's love, and that's what gives purpose to our lives. And so I guess to kind of end this devotion, instead of expecting poor quality chocolates like I did when I was a kid, that it's a good idea to be looking to God's love, and how is God's love going to change our lives? And in the process, that love changing our lives, we share that love with people all around us, even in difficult times, even when there's toil. So it's God's love that can make a huge difference as we look at the brevity of our lives, as we look at, maybe we don't have that much time left, but as we focus on God's love, that those days become more meaningful, more powerful, more wonderful, more peaceful, more joyful, and the way we live then is more loving towards others, which is where the excitement of life really comes from. I'll just end by saying yesterday we were handing out, through Serve 6-8 and others, we were handing out, I shouldn't say we, but Mandy and several other people from the church were handing out gifts to families that really needed them, sharing God's love. And there was one man who was just in tears because this meant he could have some presents for his family. Otherwise they wouldn't have any. That is God's love, and that's what helps us to count our days in a wonderful way that makes us have fuller, happier, more wonderful lives, even in the midst of all the trouble we have had lately. Well, God bless. Hope you have a great day, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.